In the tunnel.
In the tunnel.
In the tunnel. You're listening to In the Tunnel.
Hello and welcome to In the Tunnel, episode number 62. Been a little while for us, right?
Sure, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, so in light of all the news around everything being canceled in sports, right? We are continuing our March Madness bracket.
Yep, the most accurate thing to date.
Yeah, I mean, there will be nothing more accurate from March Madness this year.
Yeah. So instead of getting all of your March Madness from Twitter accounts running simulations on NCAA like '08 or something, you can just cut out the middleman and we'll tell you what happens.
Yep. All right.
It's a lot easier.
All right. So let's just keep going. We're on the round of 32 today.
Oh, wait. I said that I would do better with the stats this time and keeping people posted. So let me pull that up too.
Okay.
All right. That's all right. Go ahead, Sean.
All right. So our first round of 32 match is San Diego and North Alabama. Stats now or later?
Let's see here. Sorry, I'm thinking about the nightmare that is going to be cutting my own hair. San Diego is 9-23. North Alabama 13-17.
All right, so San Diego it is then.
Excuse me. Sure.
We'll see.
It can't be much worse than it is. Yeah, and it's San Diego. San Diego, home of the Bay Bridge. It's not, but...
No. All right, next we have UTEP and Dartmouth. UTEP is our 12 seed for this division, and Dartmouth is our 4 seed.
All right. UTEP is 7-15, Dartmouth 12-17. So I'm going to UTEP.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but yeah.
UTEP it is.
No. Top team, top seeded team.
No. Oh, we can do it that way too. Top seeded team it is.
Yeah, that's how we've always done it.
All right.
Which means I screwed up the graphic and got it upside down. But
okay.
Oy.
All right.
Is there a function in PowerPoint to switch?
I don't know.
We'll figure it out later.
All right. Next we have Alabama, A&M, and LaSalle.
All right.
Alabama A&M being 11 and LaSalle being 14.
Alabama A&M is 8-22, and LaSalle is 15-15.
All right, so we'll see.
Good news, I got the graphic switched.
All right, Alabama A&M wins that one. And last for this division, we have West Virginia and Akron. West Virginia was our 7, and Akron is 15.
West Virginia 21-10, and Akron is 24-7.
All right, we'll just see who wins this one.
West Virginia is not gonna. Hey.
Nope.
Yeah, that's the benefit of reading the wheel as it's slowing down.
Yep.
I should do that more often. I could get everyone what right if I just wait like a slight second.
All right. On to the next division, outlined by Hardwood. We have
We had
Auburn. Or,
Alabama A&M or LaSalle one.
A&M.
All right, thank you, sir.
Uh,
Alabama A&M.
and then now onto this division, we have a 16 seed Auburn and 9 South Alabama.
Auburn is 25-6. South Alabama, that's South Carolina, South Dakota State, South Dakota. South Alabama is 20-11.
All right. Well, we'll say, I don't know. I'll go with Auburn,
Yeah.
and I'll be wrong.
South Alabama it is. South Alabama, home of not, North Alabama.
Huh. Fair enough.
there's
Next, we have UMBC.
there's a geography lesson for everybody. South Alabama, it's not North.
Next, we have UMBC and CSU Northridge. UMBC is 5th seed. CSU Northridge is 4.
Baltimore County, that's what UMBC stands for. 16 and 17 out of the America East. And there is not an equal sign in Northridge, so we're going to get rid of that. Out of the Big West, CSU Northridge is 15 and 17.
Okay, well, will the better seed take it today?
Nope. Yep.
Yup.
All right. I found that my foolproof strategy not working well if I can't speak.
All right, on to number 6 Princeton versus number 14 Chattanooga.
I like the Chattanooga Choo Choo song.
What am I supposed to say to that?
I don't know. Your facial reaction tells me everything I need to know.
Unfortunately, I don't know how to describe my facial reaction for our listeners.
My thinking is it's more along somewhere like Lost Puppy.
Oh.
All right, Chattanooga is 20 and 13 out of the Southern Division. Princeton, ironically enough, in the Ivy League, no one ever talks about that. They're 14 and 13, but that's good enough for third in the Ivy League because smart people apparently can't differentiate themselves.
All right. Anyway.
And that's just true.
Anyway.
And it's the Choo Choos.
Chattanooga has won this one.
My childhood obsession with Thomas the Tank Engine would be proud.
All right, and last one for this division is VMI and Wake Forest. VMI at number 7, Wake Forest at 15.
Fun fact, Sean's probably the only one who I still talk to in my life who probably remembers the Thomas the Tank Engine days of my life.
Oh my god.
I mean, first grade, man.
Yeah.
All right. And then I switched over to sports in like third grade.
Yeah.
I don't think other than you, I've talked to anybody else. All right. VMI is 9 and 24 out of the Southern Conference. Wake Forest out of the ACC. The worst team in the ACC at 13 and 18.
Okay.
So well, I think you know that the answer is here. Yep, Wake Forest.
Yep, Wake Forest.
If it's the worst team in a conference, you bet your bottom dollar it's going to be that team that wins.
Yeah. And on to our next division, we have a number 1 seed finally, Illinois, versus the number 9 seed, Western Michigan.
We had a number 1 seed in the first one. In the first
oh yeah, it was 1 versus 9 also. I'm a little out of it.
Yeah. That working from home life must really be torture. I wouldn't know that because I work in a hospital. Get calls every day. Can you Can you use a secure messaging app to email people, or can you only send it to their phone numbers? I don't know, lady. I didn't pick the damn software. What do you think? Like, I just study the manual in that, 13 seconds where I'm not answering phones? Jesus. All right, Illinois is 21-10. Western Michigan is 13-19.
Okay, so
Western Michigan, worst team in the West Division of the Mid-American.
you just said it.
And just like that, you know. Sometimes you don't need a prediction. Sometimes you just need the facts.
All right, and on to number 5, Evansville versus number 4, Incarnate.
We'll never figure out how to pronounce that, which is why I know that the number 4 seed is going to win. Evansville 9-23, last in the Missouri Valley Conference.
Oh,
But the thing is, I don't know how you can compete with a school that even I don't know how to pronounce. Out of the Southland Conference, they're 9-22.
okay. We'll see.
Yep.
Incarnate. Okay.
A close matchup, but
Yeah.
a true favorite plays to win.
On to number 11, Idaho State versus number 3, Rutgers.
Idaho State is 8-22 out of the Big Sky, but not bad enough for the worst record, which means Rutgers is up for a dogfight at 20-11 out of the Big Ten.
Okay, we'll see.
And yeah, it's going to be Idaho State.
Idaho State is the winner.
Idaho State, home of the French fries. I don't know.
On to our last.
Is it Idaho or Iowa? Potatoes.
Idaho.
All right, perfect. Good enough for me. Nice to see that they finally got the economy going.
Anyway, on to our last matchup for this division. 10, Fairleigh Dickinson versus 15, Alabama State.
Fairleigh Dickinson is 11-19 out of the Northeastern Conference, and Alabama State is 8-24 out of the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
All right, we'll see. Huh? Pretty even. None of them is dead last.
None of them's in first place either. And it's going to be Fairleigh Dickinson.
All right, on to the last division.
I hope it's the Prairie Dogs.
First, we have number 16, East Carolina versus number 9, Northwestern.
Mm-hmm. East Carolina being out of the American Athletic Conference and 11-20 versus a Northwestern team that is 8-23 and second to last in the Big Ten.
Okay.
And it's Northwestern.
Northwestern.
Home of the woman who played Elaine on Seinfeld's son. Well, it used to be they went there. What? This all means very little to anybody.
Yep. Again, now we have number 12.
Just watching you wear headphones and still seeing the words go in one ear and out the other. Like, even headphones couldn't keep that information stuffed in your brain for a second.
All right, we have number 12, Bethune-Cookman, and number 4, UNLV.
I think it's got to be the 12 seed, just based off of the fact that, it's too long of a word, or too long of a school to want to spell every single week. All right. The MEAC, Bethune-Cookman is 16-14, and let's see here. UNLV is 17-15 and out of the Mountain West.
Okay.
They're both in fourth place in their own conference. And it's you.
It's the one we thought.
See, this is what happens when I get my brain into the most pessimistic place. Is I just start getting these right. I don't know. It couldn't be East Carolina because who the hell really cares? And it's like boom.
All right, then we have number 11 Denver versus number 3 Georgia State.
Well, Denver is 7-24, second to last in the Summit League. Georgia State is, for the love of God, computer, shut up. Out of the Sun Belt, 19-13. So, I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say it's Georgia State, and
Okay.
I'm right because now that I can start to doubt myself.
All right, well, you got that one. And then next we have number 7 Florida Gulf Coast versus number 2 Florida Atlantic. What part of Florida wins?
I don't know, but I just found out that there was a team that was worse than we ever thought in Division One. This team, Kennesaw State, is 1-28. Literally a 3% winning percentage.
Oh God, why?
Just barely underneath New Jersey Tech, which has put together somehow a 9-win season. Anyway, Florida Gulf Coast is 10-22, third from last in that Atlantic Sun Conference, which houses the powerhouses of New Jersey Tech and Kennesaw State. And then Florida Atlantic is in Conference USA in 17-15. So, I mean, okay. I'm going with the Atlantic Sun all day. It's going to be Florida Gulf Coast.
It is Florida Gulf Coast.
Because someone has to represent arguably the worst team's conference in all of basketball glory. Glory.
Okay.
All right. We have the Sweet 16 set up.
Yep. And now let's talk about some perspective things that may happen. Right?
Oh, yeah. Right.
You have headphones on, and I think my words literally went in one, out the other without going through your brain.
Nah, my forehead is like a brick wall. It's just like nothing gets past it, except for headaches.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so...
Don't worry, though. No fever.
Okay.
I have been coughing for like 4 straight weeks, so...
Oh, God, no.
So I'm probably going to die, so enjoy the last episode of In the Tunnel.
Anyway, you want to talk about this?
Sure. By the way, my last will is for you to finish off the bracket.
Okay.
Whatever the hell that means.
All right. Do you want to talk about this?
Sure. So, apparently, in the infinite wisdom of sports rumors, in that we will never know for sure, as leagues got to postponing themselves, it came to be that they decided, maybe they'll, pick up where they left off after the virus scare is over. Maybe it was going to be something along the lines of, maybe they just go straight into the playoffs. The latest rumor for the NHL is that they are going to, if I read correctly, they were going to do like a week of regular season, they were going to do a week-long training camp and then straight into the playoffs. And I guess one of the scenarios that they're considering is 24 godforsaken teams.
Oh, God.
And one of the things that we notice here, other than the fact that I made the graphic way too small in this setup, is that some weird things can happen in the playoffs. Not to mention the fact that seeing the Florida Panthers in any kind of contention is always a weird sighting.
Yeah, and the Flyers getting a bye?
Yeah, but will they really? I mean, first of all, what they're doing here is just absolutely throwing out the window all of the playoff seeding that they normally do, where they group each three top dogs in each division, and they're throwing it out and going back to this straight 1 through 12 or 1 through 8 format, which I don't know why they would do that. It certainly seems like, why wouldn't you just take 4 from each or something like that?
Well, I mean, if they want to do the point system properly, they have to kind of do it this way. Or
they couldn't do 5 from each and then grab 2 wild cards?
No, because the point system, I mean, it's just how the divisions are always laid out, right? Only the top 3 matter, and then the rest of the point system is a wild card.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't taken a look at the NHL standings in, I don't know, 2 weeks, so I'm as misinformed.
They literally just grabbed the top 12 teams. Because if you notice, 1 seed and 2 seed are Atlantic.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, I'd analyze this more, but normally I'm just as misinformed as I am now about the standings until I look at them, right before the show. But, I mean, there's just no point in looking at them anymore because it's just depressing. Now that they made NHL TV so you can watch, all the season for free, it's cool. I can go back to doing that, but it's just going to make me miss hockey more. So it's very the only game I've only found somewhat interesting is one that we went to. Yeah.
All right. So then, so I mean, this is your perspective kind of bracket for a 12-team conference playoff, where
how many teams have had to make it for the Devils to make the playoffs?
All but Detroit. Detroit was the only team mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
So a 31-team playoff.
Well, a 30, because then we would be at 50.
Yeah, but you don't want a playing game just to say that you made the second round or something.
Oh.
Anyway, you were saying.
Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, this is I mean, I don't know about some of the seeding because it seems like they just went down points directly because you have 2 Atlantics as 1 and 2, and then 2 Metro as 3 and 4. Aside from that, it looks about what I thought it would be. I'm kind of surprised they would opt for a 12-team playoff. I thought they would do actually, I really did not know what they'd do. Probably 1 play-in game, so remove 2 of the teams, right? And then just have 1 team have to go through that.
I think they're gonna do it 3-game series in the first round, then 5,
7,
or no, I'm
3,
sorry,
5, and then 2 7s, right?
It's either that or 5, and then everything else after that 7. Once they get to the 8 teams.
Okay. And then here's what it would look like for the West. A lot bigger of a spread, I would say. Arizona barely making it at 11.
Which is a shame because they still have a winning record.
But hey, it's better for us because then we get at least a second-round draft pick.
Sure. Not that,
I mean,
really
if they beat Calgary, which would be...
anyone cares about your second-round draft picks.
All right, anyway, on to
it's a shame that Vancouver is 9. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
And it really is a shame that with this format, the Blackhawks are still technically within their window of competing.
I know.
Because they really need to give up.
Yeah, so much.
And they especially after they got rid of Robin Leonard, because it's going to be we really could have used a playoff caliber goalie, but that we got rid of that one that we had that stood on his head last year.
Yeah. All right, on to the only other interesting thing going on right now.
Oh God! And thank God for the NFL.
NFL free agency. So let's do a quick recap of how free agency has gone for a little bit.
Yeah, I mean they've clearly blown up the sports world. I mean, I didn't have enough time to put together anything for a graphic about Cam Newton being released.
Yep. Anyway, so yeah, a couple notable things, like you have Rivers for 1 year, 25 mil for the Colts. Witten coming back.
Apparently, Tom Brady's first choice was the Colts,
Oh.
but the Colts didn't want him. So go figure that one out.
Witten comes back 1 year, about 5 mil for the Raiders.
Well, he was out of retirement last year, but and the interesting take here is, other than the fact that he decided to leave the Dallas Cowboys, which is the only thing you've ever. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Sorry, something about talking about Jason Witten just put me to sleep. So Jason Witten only knew the Cowboys' life for his whole career, missed it so much when he was retired, they went back to it, and then turned around after a year, said, yeah, you can give Elliott and Amari Cooper all the money in the world. I'm leaving here. And so now he gets to go and play for the coaches that he replaced in the Monday Night Football booth. So,
yeah,
I'm sure that's going to fit what the Raiders contending for a Super Bowl is all about. Is bringing together two formerly retired personnel that worked in a booth, putting one on a field on the sideline and one on, between the hashes, and saying, oh yeah, this is peak of what we can do here.
Aside from that, we have Byron Jones, 5 years, $82.5 million to the Dolphins.
Which is, maybe the biggest contract I've ever seen given to a defensive back.
Yeah. Javon Hargrave, Eagles, 3 years, $39 million.
Yep.
Quinn, defensive end, 5 years, $70. That's pretty high.
Yeah, and what was funny is the Bears released a defensive end or a linebacker, and then basically replaced them for $70 million.
Then we have Corey Littleton.
Because screw picking up an option and paying less.
Yeah. We have Corey Littleton, linebacker, 3 years, $36. Jordan Howard, running back, Dolphins, 2 years, $10.
Yep.
Schobert to the Jaguars, 5 years, 53 or 54, we'll say. And then Amari Cooper re-signs with the Cowboys for 5 years, $100.
Yeah, which is, I think, the biggest wide receiver contract ever. Which, it's crazy because I think Julio Jones got the extension last year before the season that kind of reset the market. But if you think back a couple years ago, Antonio Brown was the biggest wide receiver contract ever at $70 million. And that was 2.5, 3 years ago. And in that time, somehow the what's acceptable for a wide receiver, keep in mind you normally put 3 of them on the field at once, went up 30% or $30 million.
Yep.
And that's just okay to everybody. Oh yeah, had to do it. Screw the fact that now they can't pay Dak.
Yeah. And then Teddy Bridgewater signs with the Panthers for 3 years and $60.
Yes, and so signing the backup quarterback for the Saints, and don't get me wrong, Bridgewater was good in Minnesota before he had that big bad injury to his leg. But now they signed Teddy Bridgewater for 3 years, $60 million. They immediately turn and trade Grayson Allen to the Redskins because Ron Rivera, the former Panthers coach, is just eating up all the old players from Carolina. And then they're going to get rid of Cam Newton. So they're really diving in deep with Teddy Bridgewater here.
Yeah. All right. You want to continue with some more?
Yeah. So Tom Brady goes to the Bucs, which as an AFC team fan, thank God he's finally out of the way. But, mark my words, it won't mean anything because – and here's my take here. Because the Patriots signed Brian Hoyer, who was Brady's backup for a bunch of the years. They signed him to a 1 year deal a day or two ago. I fully expect that they're not going to sign Andy Dalton, Cam Newton, any of those guys. They're going to roll with Brian Hoyer, and they're still going to win 12 games.
All right.
Because it's Belichick, and Belichick knows the guys that plug and play best, and that's why they signed Brian Hoyer and didn't, go after Andy Dalton or any of those other guys. I expect that it's going to be like the Matt Castle thing when Brady went down that one year. It's like they're still going to be on the cusp, if not in. So yeah, but Brady to the Bucks, in theory, gets things out of the way. But now, apparently a lot of rumors that there's a lot of interest in playing for the Buccaneers, because who would have thought that Brady would be, attracting people, but how much more money do they have to spend, really? I mean, they locked up wide receivers. They have,
No,
they lock up a lot of money. I mean, $25 million a year. I mean, part of it's incentives and all that other stuff, but to give a 42, 43-year-old guy $50 million with 30 some of it guaranteed is a lot of money to, throw around on that payroll.
Oh yeah.
All right. See, the Chargers replace Philip. I mean, opposite side of the ball, but they get one of the older cornerbacks as one of their oldest players, and Philip Rivers leaves, so they just throw Chris Harris Jr. into the mix for 2 years and $21 million. And keep in mind, these contracts are a little heavier than you would normally see because of the new CBA that came in, which I think expanded payroll by 5 to 10% or something like that.
Not sure.
I don't know, but get ready for a 17-game schedule because that's coming in 2021, I think, unless the player voting and all that other stuff, unless it gets appealed and something like that, because I think they are in. They approved the agreement with the privileges of ratifying it later.
All right, well,
so it's like a principal deal that they can fluctuate. Anyway, the Falcons finally figured out after their championship window closed that maybe they should get some defensive guys. So, Dante Fowler, a decent ad.
Okay.
All right, you want to take some of these? I'm getting a little raspy.
Yeah. So then the Saints sign Emmanuel Sanders, 2 years, $16 million. Then Eric, Ebron? Tight end signs with the Steelers for 2 years and $12 million.
Yep. And by the way, the Saints signing a wide receiver. Who would have thought? They never do that.
Then Chargers sign Linval Joseph, a defensive tackle, for 2 years and $17 million. Todd Gurley was released by the Rams.
Signed with his hometown team of the Falcons. And then it came out later that apparently his knee has still not been the same since 2 years ago when he got the arthritis and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Joe Flacco was released by the Broncos.
About time.
Melvin Gordon was signed by the Broncos for 2 years, $16 million. And
which another, like Le'Veon Bell last year. It's like these running backs who hold out for the huge guaranteed money and stuff like that. So Melvin Gordon sat out 8 weeks because the Chargers didn't pay him, and then he ended up getting $8 million a year. So clearly did not get anywhere near the money that he was asked.
Yep.
Chargerland.
Then what is that? Andres
Pete,
offensive tackle, re-signs with the Saints for 5 years, $58 million.
Yep. He's going to be protecting Breeze's backup, or Breeze's replacement one day.
Yep. All right.
Because Breeze signed a 2-year deal.
Yep. Yeah. for 25 mil a year. I'm pretty sure also.
Yeah, so why not everybody just pay the 40-year-old quarterbacks that kind of money?
All right, you want to go through some trades?
Sure, I can't wait for Big Ben's next contract because the guy's just gonna refuse to stop playing. Wait till Ryan Fitzpatrick is 40. He's gonna be like, well, I went to Harvard, and they're gonna be like, you know what, $30 million, take it.
All right, trades.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, yeah.
So
I'm doing great.
Stephon Diggs goes to the Bills along with a 2020 7th round pick. The Vikings receive a 2020 first, 5th, 6th, and a 2021 4th.
Yep.
DeAndre Hopkins was traded to the Cardinals along with a 2024 round pick for David Johnson and a 2020 second and a 2021 4th to the Texans.
The one thing I haven't looked into on this, and maybe I should have, is what's DeAndre Hopkins' contract? Because the ability to get rid of David Johnson appears to be such a stupid trade for the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
But if DeAndre Hopkins' contract is up soon, then it makes more sense. Let's see here. And he's got another 3 years left on his deal. So, good move by the Cardinals. And DeAndre Hopkins is only going to be up from his contract when he's 30. So, he's still got plenty of time before he's on the back end of his career.
Nick Foles gets traded to the Bears. The Jaguars receive a 2024 round pick.
Mm-hmm. Nick Foles does something, right?
I mean, that's whatever. I don't know.
Better than Trubisky at this point.
DeForest Buckner gets traded to the Colts for a 2020 first round pick to the 49ers.
Mm-hmm. The Colts just love upgrading on defense now, which is a weird thing to ever think of because if you think back to the Peyton Manning days, they certainly wasn't the defense that got you on your toes.
Yep. The Lions receive a 2020 third and 5th round pick, and the Eagles get Darius Slay.
Yeah, so the fun thing about this was that the Lions signed a cornerback, Desmond Trufant, away from the Falcons for 3 years. Darius Slay gets on Twitter and says, congrats to the guy for getting the deal with the Lions. And you would think he's saying, something like, welcome on board, stuff like that. No. He said, I hope this now trades up my trade request from the Lions. So he congratulated his teammate and ex-teammate all in one go.
Oh, God. All right. And
still only went for a 3rd and a 5th.
Yeah. All right. On to top remaining. Hopefully they're still remaining at this point.
Yeah, which, by the way, don't ask me why anyone thinks that the Steelers are a good fit for Jameis Winston. Because, like I said, Ben keeps saying he's going to play 3 more years, but he's been saying that since 2015.
He's been saying that for 3 or 4 years, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. So, if you think it's going to stop, I'd still rather Duck Hodges or Jameis Winston.
All right, so...
Duck Hodges probably can't throw as accurately, but he throws less interceptions, so...
All right, so let's see. A few remainings we have are Jadeveon Clowney, who's a former 1st overall. Robbie Anderson went undrafted in 16. Rashad Perryman was 26th overall of his year. And Ndamukong Suh, 2nd overall 10 years ago almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Devontae Freeman, who was a 4th round pick of his year. Then Jameis Winston, who we were talking about, 1st overall. Everson Griffin, 4th round pick of his year. Logan Ryan, former 3rd round pick. Von Bell, former 2nd round pick. And Ronald Darby, former 2nd round pick.
So I think the lesson here is the best players on anybody's roster are 5th, 6th, and 7th round picks because they're never the top remaining free agents. They all just kind of settle in backup roles and do whatever they do.
Yeah.
And then free agents, let's put it like this. A 6th-round pick will never leave you in a hurry. But a 1st-round pick will always leave you because you can't franchise tag them forever. So, I mean, look, I don't know. Everson Griffin is he was a pretty good one for the Vikings defense for a long time. Logan Ryan, I feel like, just got to Tennessee, so I'm not exactly sure. I would have thought that he was under contract for a longer time. Seems to me that Tennessee should probably take him back because he did a pretty good job last year. I'm surprised Devontae Freeman is still a free agent just because running back depth is, and he's only been in the league 6 years, so he's probably got at least a 3-year deal left in him.
I was just surprised that Ndamukong Suh is going on 10 years in the league.
Oh yeah, I mean he spent a long time in Detroit.
Yeah,
and then he went to Miami, and what a shocker he didn't stick there. But he must have had. It's the telltale sign of a great career is when you can survive being on a team that's an absolute train wreck for like 2 years. So for him to do that and then like go to the Rams and Buccaneers and still be okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he must be all right. He must be doing okay still in his career.
And because of the situation, that's all we have for today. Any closing remarks from you?
Yeah, on a serious note, this thing that's going on in the world, because we don't know the magnitude of it, how much it's going to affect our personal lives, and I don't mean me and Sean, I just mean the world. If you have family and friends that you're close to, make sure you let them know that you love them. Let them know that you care about them and keep in touch with them, because the fact of the matter is, even though the percentages and everything say like people in their 20s, 30s, whatever, with fine immune systems shouldn't be worried, the mortality reports and stuff like that aren't always agreeing with the odds there.
Yeah.
So
last I heard, there was like 40 to 60% of the population should or is projected to contract corona.
Yeah, 40 to 60% of Allegheny County from last I read, but that was about a week ago.
No, I'm talking overall pop.
I understand. I'm just saying in my neck of the woods. So, I pray for everybody that, we all get to be like Donovan Mitchell and stuff like that, and Tom Hanks, where it's mostly asymptomatic and stuff like that, and we just never know we had it. Yeah. And I pray, to all people that, we get through this. It's a really weird time. I know for me, not to make this about me, because for me, my routine in life doesn't really stop because I don't have the work from home option. So everything is kind of the same, but for a lot of people, it's very different. But different, it's times like this where I'm reminded that, life hands you periods of adversity, it hands you challenges to make sure that you understand that life has purpose and to test you on if you can get through harder times. And life decided to hand us all one big dish this time because to give everybody it all at once is a little bit scary. And, thoughts and prayers go out to everybody who's lost someone across several countries with this so far. And hopefully we all stay safe. Hopefully they figure out how to and medical providers do the right thing and don't drive up premiums on the prices of those medications when they do find something that works. So,
right. So yeah, just stay safe and
stay safe. Talk
tune
to your
in.
loved ones. We'll still be making stuff here unless I get it and have to be hospitalized for it. But
Yeah,
the good news is they're not really sending me up to those floors right now. So
good. All
we'll
right.
see how.
All right.
So
Yeah.
stay safe, and
We'll catch you next time.
yeah, sports stuff doesn't stop for us, even if we have to make shit up. I'll play Madden Mobile on my phone and put it up on YouTube and get like 3 views if need be, but we're not going to stop.